Mayalangbam Rishikanta Singh, a 31-year-old Meitei civilian from Kakching Khunu in Manipur's Kakching district, was allegedly abducted in Churachandpur district and later shot dead. A video of the killing showing him pleading for his life has circulated widely on social media platforms, triggering outrage across the state. Following that, an FIR has been registered at Waikong police station in Kakching district in connection with his alleged abduction and murder. Police are investigating the case and efforts are underway to identify and apprehend those responsible. Based on this, we will now be connecting with our correspondent Mubasir Raza. Hello Mubasir, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello Mubasir?
Yes, Solo. Please continue.
All right, Mubasir, thank you for joining us. First of all, let's start with the immediate situation there. Like, what are the updates? Can you give us a clear picture of the situation on the ground in Kakching Khunu right now? And also, are protests or road blockades still ongoing?
Yes, Solo. After this incident, Solo, yesterday there was a tension, a great amount of tension arise in the area. However, yesterday late evening, a team of this JSC Joint Action Committee, along with local MLA and this MP, Inner Manipur Parliamentary Constituency MP, Mr. Bimol, met the Governor of Manipur, Ajay Kumar Bhalla, and they have a long meeting at the Raj Bhavan, and the Governor gave assurance to the JSC members that, the case will be handed over to this NIA, and he will assure that, speedy investigation of the case and to find the culprit and all. So after that, they have the JSC people have decided to withdraw the this road blockades and all the shutdown and all kind of protests that are going on. However, peaceful protests are still going on, but there is no road blockades at the moment. But the situation in the ground is tense but under control. Yes, Solo.
Right, Mubasir, so you've mentioned that the case has been handed over. So how is law enforcement managing the crowd as of now?
As of now, the situation is relatively under control. In a sense that, after the assurance given by the governor, the JSC people decided to withdraw this road blockades and other form of, heavy protests that are going on. But other than that, the people are very angry with the resurgence of violence after such a long gap. Manipur was almost going back to normal after President rule imposed. There is relative calm in Manipur, but this incident, once again threatened to bring back old memories. Yes, Solo.
All right, Mubasir. So, keeping aside the ground zero report, moving on to the next is investigation progress so far, Mubasir. Like, have there been any breakthroughs from the local police or NIA in terms of suspects being identified or apprehended?
Well, Solo, so far, there was no immediate response from the police. But looking at the geography of the Churachandpur and where the incident had happened, it should not be a big problem for to nab the culprit if the law enforcing agency really wanted to. But while on the other hand, governor also said that intense this search and combing operation are going on right now at the moment. However, there is no report of arrest so far, and there no group, no cookie groups or any other groups have so far claimed responsibility of the incident. By and large, across the board, both from the valley area and from the hill area, everyone has condemned the incident. But so far, no arrest and no official, statement about the progress of the investigation and who are the culprits, etc. Yes, Solo.
Mubasir, as you've mentioned that everybody has been condemning the local bodies and other organizations has been condemning the incident, but the tragic incident. But what about the community's reaction? How are the local residents and families responding to the killing? And also, what are their demands or concerns regarding the safety and justice based on this?
Yes, the families are, as expected, devastated. This young man, Mr. Rishikanta, he was in Nepal, working in Nepal, but he came back only recently, and he decided to meet his, um, uh, um, he decided to meet his partner in this Chanpur, and he went here, and both of them, both the couples were abducted, and then later on, Mr. Rishikanta, the victim was, shot at point blank, and he was killed. So the family are totally devastated. Right now, also, the family members, particularly his sisters and, his father made a statement to the media that, they are totally devastated, which is understandable. Local people, there is a great amount of anger in the local people, but having said that, knowing the situation in Manipur, situation remains that way. Nobody can, say what will be next. So that's it. But having said that, situation is by and large under control. If we go by the earlier reports, situation could have been, even worse. Not such, escalation happen after this. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Raji, if we think about the ethnic tension as in this context, given the history of Métis and Kuki tensions in the region, say, how is the community perceiving this incident, and how are people on the ground reacting to the incident? Like, are we seeing more fear, more worry or unrest in the local area?
Well, Solo, this particular incident, has threatened to, bring back the old memories. There was a lot of debate in recent time in Manipur about the existence of this buffer zone. The authorities, mainly the government, have made the statement that there is no buffer zone in Manipur. However, particularly from the valley side, people said that there is existence of this buffer zone. So, but this incident, particular incident, has clearly suggested, as soon as one the community members say a Métis community member close to this Kuki area, there is always a great amount of dangers. As there is still great amount of enmities between between both the communities, between the two communities. I mean, so as far as the reaction of communities are concerned, but one positive thing about this particular incident is both the Kuki organizations as well as the Métis organizations like this Pokomi and all have been, condemned the incident. At the same time, Kuki organization also condemned the incident, and at the same time, most of the, people who have come out in the media have said that, they have nothing to do with the incident, and they also condemn the incident. This organization called this Thada Winpi openly condemned the incident, saying that such acts, in a civilized society, such acts have no place in a civilized society and things like that. So the one positive thing is everyone has condemned the incident, but so far no arrest has been met, and there is no clear picture about the progress of the investigation. So that is the one major thing, people are, worrying at the moment. So far, as there is a president in Manipur for such a long time, people are expecting some form of government. But with this incident, this particular incident has been, can be taken as a great setback for the peace and prosperity of Manipur. Yes, Ola.
All right, Mr. Raji, before we move on to the next question, like as you've mentioned, when we talk about or when we use these words like buffer zone and ethnic violence, killings, riots and the chaos, I believe it's safe to assume that all these are a chain reaction of the ethnic violence that has been going on internally as well for the past few years. So, can we expect somewhat, as you've just mentioned, that there's a positive take on this as well, because both the Kukis and the Métis are somehow maybe say uniting and condemning this incident. So, can we assume that all this can somehow lead to, though it's very unfortunate, but incidents like this can somehow lead to a positive change, and these two parties can come together?
Absolutely, Solo. One big thing missing in Manipur is, lack of, this peace process between these two communities. Since yes, you rightly pointed out that all the incidents that are happening in Manipur are a chain reaction of this ethnic violence that occurred in May 2023 in Manipur. So all are chain reaction. However, one major factor lacking in Manipur is, there is no peace process between no formal or informal peace process between these two communities. Earlier the central government initiated one peace process, but which was, the committee cannot continue because of various reasons. However, after this incident, what the community have, comes out, not only this, what the community, other community also, every major community in Manipur has come out openly and condemned the incident. And there is one major factor, yes, you rightly pointed out. But there is no formal talk between these two communities, which is the main reason why, such things are happening. Yes, Sola.
Right, Mubasir, we can only hope for the best, but keeping aside that, now let's talk about the security measures as well. Like, what specific security measures have been implemented in the area following the killing, and also are authorities taking steps to prevent further violence?
The statement coming last night from the authority side is that, the large-scale search and combing operation have been, conducting, and, large-scale search and combing operation are going on right now at the moment. That is what they said. But by and large, in Kakching Khunau, where this Mr. Rishikanta held, the situation is tense but normal. But in Chittorchandpur also the situation is tense but normal. So as far as, the controlling the crowd and all, the law enforcing agencies should not have, that much of an issue while, controlling the crowd and all. Earlier, when such thing happened, there was a major escalation from both sides, and it was very difficult to manage the crowd. But at the moment, managing the crowd and the protester are not a big issue. But right now, the bigger challenge for the authority is to, arresting those culprits, the people who have, committed such crimes. That is the main challenge, because, as long as such people are not arrested, the trust, there will be a, big amount of trust issue between the two communities, as well as, between the communities and the government. Yes, Solo.
Mubasir, what about the political and the civil responses? Have any political leaders or civil society groups or local organizations, you've mentioned before, but specifically, have any organizations or made any statements or taken any action that might influence the investigation or the peacekeeping efforts so far?
Yesterday, all the major political parties in Manipur, BJP, Congress, and NPP, made a statement, condemning the incident. BJP, that evening, BJP also made a statement. Congress already made a statement earlier in the morning, and this NPP also, NPP, which is very vocal in Manipur, also made a statement, condemning the incident. So all the major parties in Manipur condemned the incident. For political parties, their major concern also is the fact that, the suspended animation which is being going on in Manipur will be expire in this February. So they are one way or other hoping for, coming of this popular government. So with the expectation of coming popular government, they are also worried, if such violence-related incidents keep on happening, then it will be difficult to install a popular government. There is a feeling across the board that, PR government is relatively better for controlling this such kind of violence. So if if such things continue to happen, it will be very difficult for central government to install popular government also. So all the major political parties in Manipur look worried. They also express condemnation, but not much information about the investigation and all those stuff. Yes, Solo, back to you.
Right, Mubasir. So I'll wrap up with this last question, but before that, having said all this, I'd also like to ask you, on the humanitarian angle of this, are there any ongoing relief support or counseling efforts for the families affected by this incident? And also, how are they coping with the immediate aftermath?
Yes. Well, so no, local people along with the local MLA and MP had formed this JST, Joint Action Committee. So after that, the family had been, given, there is, I'm not sure about this counseling and all, but family has been, given support from all angles. There is no doubt about it, They have met the governor last night also, and after earlier, they from this JSC, and then, this local MLAs, 3-4 MLAs have already went to the home, and they have held series of meetings also. So I'm sure the enough support has been is being given to family members at the moment. Having said that, it's one can understand, the difficulty when you lose, an important member of your family. It's always difficult. So I'm not sure about this, formal, counseling and all those kind of stuff. But having said that, all the support are being given. That is what I came to know. Yes, Solo.
All right, thank you, Mubasir. We'll be expecting more updates from you in the coming days, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, that was on the latest from Kakching Khunu, where tensions remain high following the tragic killing of Rishikanta Singh, and authorities continue the investigation while the local community seeks justice and reassurance. We will keep updating you and keep you updated as more details emerge from the ground. But one positive take from this, as our correspondent has mentioned, is that both the two parties, the Kuki and the Meiteis, are somehow on the same stand, on the same ground based on this incident. So maybe that's something positive to take from this.